The frozen moon of Arcturus 7 wasn't supposed to have visitors. Its surface was a death trap of crystalline ice sheets that stretched for hundreds of kilometers, smooth as polished glass and twice as treacherous. Yet here stood Vincent, human xenobiologist, watching two Cravathi cubs tumble across the ice for the third time in as many minutes. The Cravathi were apex predators on their homeworld, bipedal carnivores with razor-sharp claws, powerful haunches, and a reputation that made even hardened mercenaries nervous. Their adults stood 3 meters tall, could tear through reinforced steel, and had never lost a territorial conflict in recorded history. These cubs, however, were having their pride thoroughly demolished by frozen water. "Stop laughing, human," growled Teresa, the expedition's Cravathi security officer. As she watched her younger sibling struggle, her amber eyes narrowed with embarrassment, though Vincent noticed her tail twitching with barely suppressed amusement. "I'm not laughing," Vincent said, very clearly trying not to laugh. "I'm just observing." The larger of the two cubs, Kresh, attempted to take an aggressive stance on the ice. His claws, so effective on every other terrain, found no purchase. His legs splayed in opposite directions, and he went down hard, sliding 10 meters before crashing into his sister, Lyra. They tumbled together in a mass of fur claws and indignant snarls. Teresa's ears flattened against her skull. "This is humiliating. My bloodline has conquered 12 worlds. We have never been defeated by frozen water." "That's because you've never had to deal with ice," Vincent said, walking carefully onto the sheet. His boots, equipped with microgrips, held firm. "Your homeworld is tropical. Your colony worlds are temperate. You've literally never encountered this condition. Our claws should work on any surface," Teresa insisted, though her voice lacked conviction. Vincent watched as Kresh tried again, attempting a running start from the rocky shore. The cub built up impressive speed, hit the ice, and immediately transformed into a furry projectile with zero control over direction or velocity. He spun twice before sliding backward into a snowbank. "Your claws are the problem," Vincent said. "They're designed to grip and tear. Ice doesn't work like that. You need a different approach. Humans can navigate this." Teresa asked, skepticism dripping from every word. "Humans, who can barely survive a temperature drop without wrapping themselves in artificial skins. Humans invented winter sports," Vincent replied with a grin. "We made recreation out of your nightmare." He skated backward across the ice, not with any equipment, just the smooth soles of his boots and a lifetime of experience on frozen ponds back on Earth. The cubs stopped there, struggling to watch, fascinated despite themselves. "How?" Lyra demanded, her juvenile growl more curious than threatening. Vincent glided to a stop beside them. "It's not about gripping. It's about balance and momentum. Ice is slippery, yes, but that's not a weakness, it's a feature. You don't fight it. You use it." "Use it," Kresh repeated, confused. "Watch." Vincent pushed off gently, letting his weight shift from one foot to the other in smooth, controlled movements. "You're trying to dig in, but that's the opposite of what you need. You need to distribute your weight evenly, keep your center of gravity low, and let the ice do the work." Teresa's analytical mind was already processing this. "You're saying we should embrace the lack of friction rather than compensate for it." "Exactly. On your homeworld, movement is about power and traction. Here, it's about grace and physics." Vincent demonstrated a simple turn, then a backwards glide. "Your cubs are strong, but they're fighting the ice. They need to dance with it instead." The word dance made Kresh snort, but Vincent noticed both cubs were watching more carefully now. "Let me show you something," Vincent said. He removed his boots, standing on the ice in just his thermal socks, still gripping better than Cravathi claws, but close enough to their condition. "Bend your knees, like this. Lower center of gravity. Keep your arms out for balance." He wobbled deliberately, showing his own vulnerability, then caught himself with a smooth weight shift. "See, I'm not stronger than the ice. I'm just working with it instead of against it." Teresa approached cautiously, her military training overcoming her pride. She mimicked Vincent's stance, bending her powerful legs until she was almost crouching, her tail extended for balance. "Now just glide. Don't push hard. Just shift your weight and let physics do its thing." Teresa took a tentative slide forward. Her claws retracted instinctively, a gesture of uncertainty among her people, but the motion carried her smoothly across the ice for 2 meters before she stopped, controlled and upright. Her eyes widened. "I didn't fall because you stopped trying to conquer the ice," Vincent said. "You adapted to it." Kresh and Lyra were already attempting to copy Teresa's stance. The young male's competitive nature wouldn't let a human show him up. He bent low, extended his tail, and pushed off gently. This time, instead of tumbling, He glided 3 meters, then 4, then 5. A predatory grin spread across his fanged maw. Again, Lyra demanded, already copying her brother's successful attempt. For the next hour, Vincent taught the cubs the basics of ice movement. He showed them how to turn using their tails for counterbalance, how to stop by shifting weight to one side, how to build speed through rhythmic movements rather than raw power. The cubs felt plenty learning always involved failure, but each attempt was more controlled than the last. Teresa watched with mixed emotions, pride in her siblings' adaptability, and a grudging respect for the humans' teaching method. Vincent hadn't mocked them or shown off his superiority. He'd simply shared knowledge, human to Cravathi, as equals on unfamiliar terrain. This is how your species survives, isn't it? Teresa said quietly as the cubs raced each other across the ice. Their earlier clumsiness transformed into something approaching grace. You're not the strongest or the fastest. You're not apex predators. But you adapt. We're really good at teaching, too, Vincent added. Humans are pack animals. We share knowledge. It's kind of our thing. Kresh executed a spinning turn that would have been impressive even for a human ice skater. He howled with delight, the sound echoing across the frozen expanse. Your bloodline conquered 12 worlds through strength, Vincent said. Humanity spread across the galaxy by learning from each one and teaching others what we learned. Different strategies, both effective, Teresa acknowledged. She took a running start and glided across the ice with increasing confidence. Her warrior's discipline converting Vincent's lessons into muscle memory. Perhaps, complementary strategies. That's the hope, Vincent said. As the alien sun set over Arcturus 7, casting long purple shadows across the ice sheet. 2 Cravathi cubs and their elder sister glided in graceful arcs across the frozen surface, and one human, watching them, smiled at the thought that maybe, just maybe, the galaxy had room for both predators who conquered and primates who taught. After all, the best partnerships were built on mutual respect and shared learning, even on ice.